Hey everyone, Mrs. Williams here, and I wanted to show you how to do the area and perimeter art digitally. Now, I love to do this project with paper, but we are going to attempt to do it digitally. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create 12 squares, and on those 12 squares, you're going to have different side lengths. So you can see they range all the way from 12 down to 1. And then let me come over here to my sample. And then what you're going to do is you're going to layer each of those squares and create this like beautiful art project. And there's two different ways to layer it. You can layer each square on top of each other like this, or you can rotate each square to make kind of a spiral effect. And I'll show you how to do both. But we are going to start on this very first slide, and I'm going to show you how to use this corner ruler to create each of these text boxes. And then from there, we're going to go in and fill out the type. Oops, sorry. We're going to fill out the color of the square, and then how to figure out the area of each square and the perimeter of each square. And then we'll do a little bit of writing over here, and then we'll take that image that we created on the ruler page and we'll copy it and paste it into this final draft and add your name. So that's what we're going to do. So let me come over here to my blank one. You're going to want to choose two colors, okay? And you're going to come up here to the text box option. You're going to click that, and then from the corner, right in the corner, you're going to create your first text box. And the first text box is going to be that 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. So do you see how I just dragged it and I matched it up to the 12 on the top and the 12 on the side? Then I'm going to let go and I'm going to choose a color. So I'm going to go with something different than my sample. How about, let's go with a blue. Okay, so after I've filled it, then I'm going to drag it over here to this corner where I can start layering them. And this is going to be our biggest square. So you're going to have plenty of room for all the other squares as long as you have room for this square. So now I'm going to come back up to that text box tool. See right up there? Going to click that, start in the corner. This one's going to be 11. The last one was 12. This one is 11. So see, I matched it up on the top. Now I'm going to drag it down and match it up. Once it's where you want it, you can let go. And Google thinks they think you still want a blue text box, but we're going to switch it to another color. I think I will do blue and orange this time. So now I'm going to grab it. And the cool thing about Google is that, see that red line? That means I'm directly in the middle, and then I'm going to drag it down a little until I get that other red line. Now I am directly in the center, and I'll let go. So we just did 11. Now we're going to do 10. So I'm going to drag it, let go. I don't want it orange, I want it blue. Grab it, look for the two red lines both ways, and let go. Back up to the text box. We just did 10. Now we're going to do 9. Oops. And you can see I was a little bit off, so you can pick it back up and move it even after you created it. And I always go back a little bit too far so I can see the number, so I could see the 9, and then I go back to where I want it. Okay, so I'm going to layer this one. Okay, so, and if you forget, you just count 12, 11, 10, 9. So the next one is 8. So I'm going to match up 8 there, let go to blue, click and drag. Okay, text box 7. Okay, let go, switch the color, click and drag. Okay, 6 now. Start at the corner, click and drag. This one's going to be blue, so switch it. And there we go. And now 5. Okay. We're almost there. Now 4. It is easier, I have found, if you use a mouse. If you are trying to use a trackpad only on your Chromebook, I'm sure there's plenty of you that can do it well. However, I could not. I have to use a mouse. Okay, now 2. So top 2, side 2. And then the 1 is probably the trickiest one to find, only because my rulers are layered. So you go to the corner, I find that one, and then I go down to that one. Okay. You could always redo it if you mess up. Okay. And then I'm going to drag that one. So there we go. And that is how you do it. Pretty cool. So when you're ready to put it on your final draft, sorry about that, you click somewhere like out here, drag and grab all of them at the same time. And then I'm going to copy that. I'm going to use my shortcut keys. And then I'm going to go to this one, which is my final draft, and I'm going to paste it. And then before you click anywhere else, you can grab this grabber tool. See the difference between the pointer, the grabber? You can grab it and move it to where you want it before it releases all those individual squares. So that way it'll move the whole thing. And then you're just going to grab a text box, and you're going to put a text box right there. You are going to type your name, and you always need to change the font, right? We can do Happy Monkey. We want to make it bigger. That's a little maybe too big. I don't know. It's all right. And then you can move it around on that line. And then there we go. Mrs. Williams, Area and Perimeter, Digital Art. There is one other way that you can layer it, and that is where you rotate between the square being the way that we see it now and rotating one on its side where it almost looks like a diamond. So with that one, you're going to take the same color. So for this one, I'm going to take all the oranges and I can rotate that orange. I'm not going to rotate this blue, but I will grab this orange and see this little circle tool. Rotate that one. Okay. I'm not going to rotate the blue, but I'm going to grab this orange and I'm going to rotate it. And you can almost see it like locks in. Grab the blue, grab the orange, rotate it. Don't grab the blue, sorry. Grab the orange, rotate it. Oh, that one's not locking as well. Wonder if it's... Okay, don't grab the blue, grab the orange. And so you can also create it this way. And then you could grab the whole thing and copy that. So you have 2 options. You can do it this way, or you can do it the other way. It might be helpful to actually put a border on there. Let's see. Do you see how I did that? Let me undo that so I can show you. Because it does, you can see it right now, but watch, when I unclick that, it's kind of hard to see, although it is pretty cool. It makes a pretty cool design. But let me see. If you wanted to, you could grab all of it. I'm having a hard time grabbing all of it because some of it's at the bottom. And you could come up here to border, and you could put a border around them, and that just might make it pop a little bit more. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. So that is one option. You could put a border. Let's see what happens if we put the border on this one. So I could grab the whole thing and I could put a border on that one as well. So I'll leave it up to you. You can do it with the border. That looks pretty cool. Or you could do it without the border. So the last step we have is right here. And so the color of my biggest square is blue. And then the color of the next square is going to be orange, and so on. Then I'm going to type blue, and this is just to help you keep track. And then orange. You could also copy and paste blue and orange. It's pretty quick, though, to type them all in. Okay, so that's what goes right there. Sorry. And then you're going to find the area, and then you're going to find the perimeter. So when you find the area, this is what you're going to do. 12 times 12 equals 144 centimeters. Okay, and oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. I want it to fit all on the same line, so I am going to make that a 12, okay? Now, for finding the perimeter, you take one side and you can multiply it by 4 because it is a square. And all the sides are the same on a square, okay? And again, that one doesn't fit. And so I'm going to grab it and make it 12. Okay, so you're going to do that for each line. Okay, for the next one, it will be 11 times 11 equals 121 centimeters. And again, it's too big. I think once you get into the single digits, you'll be fine. And then 11 times 4 equals 44 centimeters. Okay, and I can grab it and I can make it. Okay, then over here, area is the measurement of, and then you're going to finish the sentence. Okay, area is the measurement of, and then you're going to describe what that is. The inside of something, how much you want to put in your own words. I don't want to tell you the words. Area can be found by multiplying one side by the other side. That's just an example, okay? You're going to want to switch this back to a lowercase. And then a real life example of finding area is if you wanted to find out how much dirt you need to fill a garden. That's just an example. And again, my autocorrect, I'm going to make that lowercase because remember, the beginning of the sentence is here and this is the end. And then you're going to do the same thing for a perimeter. And you can change the fonts of these if you want, as long as they're readable. Okay, so you're going to finish this whole table. You're going to finish all of this. You're going to make sure that your last page has your name and your artwork. And this one, you can just leave blank. It's just like your work page. And if you want to keep making them, just keep making them on this page. So that is how you're going to do your area and perimeter digital art. So have lots of fun with this. And remember, if you mess up the first time, just delete all the text boxes and start over. It's not a big deal. It's a lot easier than when we're doing it with paper, because when you do it with paper, you have to start back at the beginning with cutting and you have to get new paper. These just delete those text boxes and start over. Okay, I hope you enjoy this and make sure you share these with me. I want to see your work. Have fun.